Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Courageously You with Martha. I am Martha Davis Alexander. You are on WGSN-DB, Going Solo Network, the #1 internet talk show. And today I am so excited. I have a very special guest. I'm not even going to introduce myself, evidently. Y'all know me or you don't, and I'll let you know later who I am. My very special guest today is Jennifer Jost. I've known her for a number of years. She is an award-winning speaker. She's a money coach. She's a wealth advisor. She is a certified divorce financial analyst, a certified grief counselor, and she's also a certified money coach. And she has so much stuff behind her, and she is just brilliant with money. So we're going to be talking today with Jennifer about how to fall in love with money, right? Jennifer, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you so much. I'm tired from you saying all that stuff.
Well, not yet. We got energy. Let me give you some.
Thank you.
Fall in love with money. So tell me, how do you fall in love with money? How did you get into this? And how did you fall in love with money?
Oh, I love that question. First of all, I love to talk about love in any capacity whatsoever.
Right.
So being single, and been single for a long time now, I had to love myself first, right? At least that's what they tell you. Hi, puppers.
The dog thinks you need to love yourself first too.
Right? Totally. It's going to get my cats all riled up. I love it. So you hear this phase, this, love yourself and all that stuff. And I didn't really know what it was. And I'm 58 now, so I didn't know what it was in the beginning. And I became a financial advisor and, in the money world and business owner for over 33 years and all that great stuff. And married 3 times. I got a whole big story about all that stuff. And I'm not even done yet. I love it, but I do enjoy my singlehood. And so being a financial advisor, I had amazing financial plans. My clients were happy. We had good rates of return. They're retiring. All that's great. But I noticed that the women, and myself included, we still had the little voice in the back of our head, am I going to eat cat food in retirement? And we have I'm nervous. I'm either clenching onto money and not spending it freely and letting it flow, or spending way too much and not paying attention to our emotions. So that's when I became a certified money coach and went through the whole process myself, got off the roller coaster and said, okay, I'm creating my reality. I'm creating my wealth. I'm creating my income. And first and foremost, I'm creating my lifestyle. And my lifestyle and joy and happiness does not matter how many zeros are in the bank. So I have multimillionaires as clients. I have people just starting out as clients. It doesn't matter the zero if you have the right mindset around money. And so I help everyone fall in love with money so that it doesn't matter. Does that make sense?
Doesn't matter. So your daughter came up with, that's my mom. Hi, Emily.
Oh, hi, Emily. I love her. Oh, there she is. Emily, love her.
I just wanted you to know she was here and
thank you.
She has complete love and joy in that post. So
yeah, she's
throwing that out there.
Love her.
Well, and we're talking about love, so that works so well. So why money, right? Why money?
Good question. So I'll just back it up and give you the whole schmo, right? Some of our beautiful listeners here might resonate a little bit. I grew up in a dysfunctional household. My wonderful father was a major alcoholic, successful businessman, but an alcoholic at the time. And so I was going to Alateen in high school. I mean, I always knew I was on the outside of things. All my friends were married and my friends' families were married. It was very different. So I knew that I was an oddball from the get-go, right? And stepped right into my marriage at 19 with an alcoholic as well, because you do what you know, right? That's what makes sense. And so I had my first child, Nicholas, at 21, and my daughter, Cherie, at 24. And after 10 years into the marriage and kind of getting to the point where, and maybe somebody can relate, I literally just couldn't breathe. I had stuffed myself aside so much, and I was so worried and stressed, and I had been emotionally abused for years, and I didn't realize it because my codependency just fell right into it. I just literally couldn't breathe. So I ended up asking for a divorce, and it was 6 months of hell. And I'll make a long story short, the last final day of all of this, he actually kidnapped me and my children, held us at gunpoint, and held me in the office, and my kids were in the garage in a car. He had a gun, and he handed me this backpack. I was supposed to put rope and duct tape and all this. And I'm like, no, I was, being all strong and all that stuff at the time. And he ended up letting me go because I had my employees calling. And so he said he was going to follow me at work, but he didn't. So he kept my children, went back to the house. I called 911, and that started the 11-hour hostage day.
Oh my God, Jennifer.
Yeah. I was 2 houses over, and it was in the 90s. So this was like unheard of in a small town. And my neighbors let me camp out there, and, there was news crews, and it was just chaos. And I felt that he was just doing this to scare me, right? He wanted to get his way on everything. I did think that he could possibly commit suicide. He was definitely irrational and unstable for those 6 months. But at the end of the 11 hours, they gave him a 10-minute ultimatum. And at the end of the 10 minutes, 3 shots were fired.
Oh, Jennifer, I'm so sorry.
And he took the lives of my daughter, Cherie, my son, Nicholas, and himself in my master closet in my home in 1993.
I am so sorry.
I was 29, and let's all take a breath. I always have to take a breath after that.
Yeah, I have goosebumps all over me.
Yeah, me too. And it's actually their birthday coming up this weekend. So they're with us right now. And so,
yes, they are.
Yeah. So if you end up giggling for no reason, that's my daughter, Cherie. And then my son will have you drop something. So you'll probably drop your keys, or you have to bend over and pick up something. He's laughing. So just enjoy it.
Go with it and say hi.
Go with it and say hi. So at age of 29, I literally had no reason to live, and I had to find a reason. And I went to a grief group. I was already in therapy. So I laid on the couch 3 times a week. Like I was doing everything I could because I just didn't really want to be here. And in this grief group, I saw a couple that had lost their son, and they would just come in and sob every week. And then another woman lost her son. He was homosexual, and he committed suicide, and she found him. And I just saw the difference of her doing her grief experience with such grace and courage. And then this other couple, they were in so much pain. And so then I finally found out their son passed 5 years earlier.
Oh.
And I said, oh, I cannot do that for 5 years. There's no way. So I made a decision right there. Have you ever made a decision?
Yes, I have.
And we have to, right? In order to go
to choose.
As Eat, Love, and Pray says, the bathroom floor moment, right? You're going to make a decision to live, right? So I made a decision to get out on the other side. I just knew I was here for a reason. I knew I was here. I didn't know what it was, but I'm like, okay, I'm doing this, and I'm doing it right. So I know that I'm here to help empower people. I choose to empower women. I empower men as well because they're amazeballs, but I choose to work with women around their emotions because I've been through it. And so if somebody, I've done this, come here, I can help you, right? So I just choose to help empower women. And then when all of this happened, I'd never worried about money before. And there came a time in my life where I had to worry about money, and I choose to do it around money because that's the easiest access. We all touch money 10 times a day. Mm-hmm. We think about money. We have shame. We have blame. Women have emotions. We have a relationship with money. Men do as well. They're amazing, and they compartmentalize. So they don't, and I don't want to generalize, but most women stress out over money because they feel bad about it. Can you relate to that?
Oh, gosh, yes. I mean, you know some of my story. I grew up with divorced parents. So for me, right, money was always an argument.
Oh yeah.
So for the first, I've been married almost 30 years now, and for the first 28, I would be like, yeah, don't talk to me about money. We're not going there. It's not going to happen,
Yeah.
right? We're not discussing it. So yeah, I totally understand. And I have some ziggy views. I've had some ziggy views about money, which is why I wanted to have you on.
Right. We can help you with that because that's
Yeah,
what we
thank
do.
you. Thank you so much for sharing that story.
Thank you.
So people might not fall in love with money all today, but they've all fallen in love with you.
Oh, and they will fall in love with money. I bet you. Like I have
Okay.
like 100%.
How do we fall in love with money? Go for it.
You were awesome because you just brought up the next step of that, right? So our first thing that we do is, first of all, we have to be aware. How do we feel about money? So I always start with the first thing is, what was your theme around money in the household? You just led us right into it. It created conflict, right? Money created conflict. Mm-hmm. So why would you ever want to pay attention to your money if that created conflict?
Oh, wouldn't.
Exactly. Why would you ever?
Dad paid bills and he was grumpy for days.
Yep.
Like, I choose to pay my bills with gratitude. Hey, that's like, oh, that was a fabulous service. I'm so glad you come every week. Here's your money.
Yes. And I can't pay you this week. I'll send a check next week, but thank you so much.
Yeah.
Right.
All with gratitude, right? All with gratitude.
And that's a huge shift, Martha. That's a huge shift right there, because if we can do that, you're already shifting your relationship with money. So that's really good. So first of all, we have to see what's the theme. My household was work hard, make money. We owned a business 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So you work hard, make money. So I don't know about you, but I've been working hard for a million years now, right? So when I finally grasped all of what was really going on, I stopped working hard and doubled my income.
Yowza.
Yeah.
Well, share that secret, Sunshine.
So it's not about how we work and what we do and what we know and all of that. It's actually how you feel about money. It's all about how you feel. And if you think about it, what we put out, we get back. Law of attraction. What we focus on persists, right? So if we continue to pull up our memories of your dad paying the bills, and if we keep pulling that up, how could you not feel that, right?
Right.
So we have to create our own beliefs.
Yep. You know what? I know how I got rid of that view of my dad.
Yeah.
That comes up. A coach once had me visualize him in a pool that didn't have water, but was just filled with money, and him in a bathing suit, because seriously, envisioning my dad in any other way just doesn't work. Right. But him in a bathing suit, just playing with money, just throwing it and playing with it. And it just tickles me so much to see him in a pool playing with money that's just now my vision.
That is so perfect. And that's a great technique. In case everybody didn't catch that, any negative beliefs that we have, we need to visualize something different. And sometimes it doesn't even have to be about that person. Sometimes it doesn't even have to be about your dad in the pool, but you in the pool playing with money, or you on the bed throwing money around. And if you think about that, right? If you think about that enough, you'll correlate that to money.
Yes.
That's what we want to do. So, and there's millions of beliefs out there that we have, right? I mean, we've lived a life. So I write a T, the capital T on a paper, and on the left side, you just start brain dumping. And so when I do a day event, actually I have an event coming up, but when I do an event, we do this a little bit in the event. And then we say, okay, I deserve to be wealthy. That sometimes triggers people. So then you write all that down. Or what is money? Or if money walked into the door right now, what would you say to it? Like treat money. I believe it's energy. You have a relationship with money, right?
I agree.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Regardless if you think you do or not, you do. So for myself on how to do that, I had to look at my beliefs, and then I would transform my beliefs on work hard, make money. And it was like, okay, I do believe that we have to be in action. So I changed that to inspired action creates lifestyle, which creates money.
I love that.
So each line, and that's what I do with my clients, we do this, and then we look at each sentence that they have, and we transform it to something that not just necessarily positive thinking, like, our vision boards and stuff like that, because if your subconscious is going, that's baloney, that's not even true, it's not going to happen, then you're not going to be there, right? So if you could say, I'm on the right track to being responsible with my money.
Right. Or I'm practicing.
Yeah.
I'm practicing always. It is very helpful to use that.
Yep.
So that, because you're practicing, fear and the stuff in your mind can't put their teeth in that as easily.
Exactly. It doesn't open up those triggers, right? So something that's believable, but always on the next level of where you're at. On the emotional scale, right? We want to be on the next level. We want to get everybody to satisfied. If you can get to just satisfied right now and exhilarated for more, doesn't mean you have to be stopping here, but satisfied right now, you will fall in love with money. So here's my next tip. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Schedule a money date.
Oh, love that.
Right? It's so great. So we've all been on a date. Most of us have been on a date. If it's not, go on a date for yourself right now. So go on a date. We're going to put it in our calendar. We're all pretty busy. I don't know about you, but we're living by our calendar, right? So schedule your money date. Mine is Friday night or Sunday night. Usually for a date, one might take a shower.
One might.
Right? One might actually brush our teeth. We might actually even shave some legs, depending on how cute they are, maybe. But we're going to be looking good. We're going to be feeling good. We're putting our best foot forward. That's what we want to have the idea around money. So my money date has my music on. I light my candles. I have my favorite refreshment. I'm cozy and comfy, feeling really good. And then I open my computer to look at my spreadsheet. My spreadsheet is pink and purple. It's not blue and red like every financial firm out there. It's actually my colors. It excites me. It makes me happy. And if you're not happy, don't do it. We have to get happy when we touch our money.
Yes.
Make sense?
I love that. So if anyone in the audience is married or is in a partnership, right, whatever that looks like, is it like a double date with money? Is it one-on-one date with money? Because Deborah Durbin is here as well.
Hey, Deborah. Welcome.
So how would you advise, right? So
Great.
I'm married. I have my financials, right, which my husband would love to see.
Right.
So is that a double date? Is it a date just with money and then a separate date? What do you do?
So I start with this recommendation until I get to know the couple more. But I believe, I should say, and no buts, and I believe that everyone should be responsible for their relationship with money.
Fair enough.
So every person in a business partnership, a marriage partnership, a friendship partnership, whatever it is, you live together, you're co-oping together. Everyone should have their own cash flow spreadsheet. If you want to use QuickBooks, that's fine. However, it's not detailed enough for me on our emotion side of things. So I still like to have a detailed cash flow worksheet. I call it a spending plan. So if you do some bills and he does some bills, that's great. But if one person's doing everything, it's really not fair. So we try to split that up. So I had a couple before that she did everything and she felt like the mom and she just got so sick of it. So we created his own. He paid like 5 or 6 things, not a big deal, but he created his own. So he was responsible for his own. So now he's got a buy-in, right? So we each want him to buy in. So you have your separate money dates weekly. And then you come together in the beginning. I have you come together once a month because each person should know each other's passwords to get into things, right? Our computers, our banking, most of the things are online now, our credit card statements, if they're emailed. There's so many things that somebody needs to know. God forbid something happens to the other person.
Yeah.
So then you have your couple's money date or your business partner money date together. During this, we have our own language. There is no shame and there is no blame and there is no put downs, as we used to say growing up, which Emily remembers completely. and we encourage and hear each other. So you get to say I statements. Remember back when we were growing up, I statements, I feel, I think, whatever you want to say, but it's coming from you. Because what's really happening a lot of times in partnership is we have all these feelings like the iceberg underneath here, right? But we only say what we can see. So we'll say, I can't believe that's so expensive. Are you spending money on that? Like I'm working with one right now, and the husband will say something very nice and normal, like we need to really watch our costs on that. But she's taking it as you're spending way too much. Don't buy that.
Yeah.
Without the conversation. That's not what he said. He said we need to watch our costs. Well, of course we do. We all watch our costs. But he says it all the time. And she has a father and a family that she grew up with. So we don't know what that means to her, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So she's taking it like, oh, I can't do this. And now women, just so you know, I'm generalizing again, I know, but we internalize that.
We do.
We say, oh, I'm a piece of crap because we have to cut our costs on that. And he's like,
we're not worth spending that, right? We're not.
Exactly. We're not worth spending that. Or if I want to spend it, I'm stupid.
So we're going to come back and we're going to figure out how to not have those feelings, because none of us want to feel that. And we all want to be able to talk to our partner or whoever and money, right? And fall in love with money. It makes life so much easier if you're in love with money.
Absolutely.
We've been talking, and we will continue to talk with Jennifer Jost. You can reach her at www.jenniferjost.com, or my favorite, www.diamondlifeplanning.com. Ladies, diamondlifeplanning.com. I am Martha Alexander. I am the host of Courageously You Coaching with Martha. You can reach me at marthadalexander@gmail.com or courageouslyoucoaching.com, or if you want to call me, which I love, 805-422-6865. We will be right back after the messages. And please know, the music's great. So stay around and dance with Jennifer and me for a bit. And we'll be back with Falling in Love with Money with Jennifer Jost. See you in a bit. Oh my goodness, we are back. Hello, everybody. We are back with Courageously You with Martha. We are on the Going Solo Media Network. I am your host, Martha Davis Alexander. I am a recovering attorney, a certified fearless living coach. Actually, and I just got new certifications, Jennifer. I haven't even shared this yet. I am a certified coach for sacred money archetypes and a certified money breakthrough business coach. So those are now added. I'm also an adult child of divorce. So there you go. That is me in a nutshell. We have with us my friend and an amazing guest, Jennifer Jost. She is a certified divorce analyst. That's a hard word to say. Certified money coach, a private wealth advisor, and Diamond Life Planning. So guys, Jennifer is talking with us about how to fall in love with money. And we were just having a fabulous place. So where are we, Jennifer, and what's next?
So we're talking about our money date, and we have our weekly money date. And then this is actually a really good time for people who are contemplating divorce, going through divorce or a breakup or a split up, and then you're on your own. You know you're going to be on your own. How do I do that if I've never done it before? So this is a great time to start your new relationship with money. Let's step into it with some type of clarity and empowerment. And there's no way we can until we find out where we're at. So sorry, but we have to look at where our money is going now. And so we definitely want to look back at the last, say, 3 months and look at where every dime went. And this is where I say QuickBooks isn't the best because it's going to give you a category. So I want you to go a little bit deeper. And again, this is during your money date where you have your cocktail or your music and you're relaxed. So there's no shame, there's no blame, there's no beating yourself up. You are a data collector. So we just want to know where we spent, like all the different grocery stores we went to, the different gas stations, clothes, Amazon. I mean, my Amazon is so many different things. It would be many different categories for my Amazon, right?
Yes.
So we just want to see where all the money went, because guess what? You have the choice to spend it again in the same place or not.
So let me ask you a question. When you're doing that, because I like the details of what I'm doing, am I putting down just Amazon, or am I putting down book, and the title of the book?
Business book, personal book. Since I'm a business owner, I keep it business or pleasure, right? So I would keep that separate.
Yes. Well,
if
all books are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. However you want to categorize it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be book. Or like for me, it's office supplies or personal stuff. I want to know how much money I'm spending on clothes versus the cats, right? I buy my kitty litter and things like that on there, and the little grass that they eat.
The catnip.
Right.
Nice.
And my daughter, so just going back to my personal story, I actually did get remarried because I was dating someone at the time that I lost my children. And we remarried, and I had 2 beautiful children. So I had my daughter, Journey, and who's 25 now, my son, Parker, 13 months later, which was crazy. And then I woke up in my fog 7, 8 years later, whatever, and divorced again, and then married a wonderful man. And he had 3 children and I had my 2 children, and we were together to raise our kids together for quite some time. And so I just want you to know that I have my 2 kids, and then I have 3 beautiful stepchildren, and one even is a mommy herself now. So we're expanding. So everything's wonderful, and I love my kids and my family. It's amazing. But I was going to say what I brought that up for was because my daughter came to me and said, okay, I need to track my spending now because she's out on her own. She has an apartment, all that stuff. And so we didn't want to just put grocery store. We wanted to put alcohol and groceries. Oh. Because she didn't realize until she did that she was spending too much on whatever she was spending, because she would be right by the store, and wherever they were going, she would just pick up the bottle of wine or the bottle of tequila or whatever it was. And then she's like, oh my gosh, I'm spending $50-$60 a month or whatever on wine. And she didn't realize it. So we definitely want to look at the different categories underneath the grocery store or Costco. I just keep it all Costco because it's been the same thing for 30 years with Costco, right? So it's up to you. But we want to see where we're at. And then if we have any shame or embarrassment or anything, that you get that negative feeling. I don't know about you, but I feel it in my pit of my stomach, right? So you get that pit, and then you want to think about that. And we want to do like the T method that we talked about earlier. Put the pit negative on the left side, and then on the right side, we want to flip it over. Okay, yeah, I spent $200 at dinner. I did not need to spend $200 at dinner. On the right-hand side, oh my gosh, that meal was so good. And then go into the good parts of what happened that evening. So that you do your appreciation for the bills, like you said you do the same thing when you're doing this about every dime. Like I appreciated that waiter. I appreciated whatever it was, that food and the conversation with my friends, or like right now, just being able to get back out again. I haven't gone out to dinner in forever. So I'm going out to dinner, like whatever it is, but make it a positive spin so that you can just get the data down. We just want to get the data down and see it. And then we put it in a Excel spreadsheet. I have a customized cash flow that I use for my clients. We just want to see what's happening. And then we forecast what we're going to do further. Do I want to keep doing this? Like some people are like, I'm spending $200 on my hair every week. I don't care. Other people are like, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to Cabo instead. And so that's another trick. We have always heard save, 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 budget, 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 cut, restrict, don't buy Starbucks, whatever it is, don't buy purses and shoes, blah, 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 whatever. So I'd rather say, let's find more clients. Let's get that raise that you deserve. And then let's plan on putting that somewhere. So if we tell the universe that I have a place for my money that's coming to go, and I love it already. So plan the trip to Cabo, plan the trip to wherever you're going, plan the trip to dinner, plan the trip just going across the United States, whatever it's going to be, plan that, visualize that, like the vision board and all that stuff.
I love that.
Right?
I love that.
But then feel it. Feel the feeling of sitting there. We can't just be up here anymore. We can't just look at the data and think about it. No, no, no. The F word.
No, no, no. You got to come down here. You got to feel it. You got to embody it. You got to treat money like it's your friend. Like you and money are friends. And when you're happy and excited, money wants to spend more time with you.
And bring its friends. Bring your friends.
Bring the whole family.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Bring your family. I love it. And so there's lots of different tips and tricks that we can do, but we have to start from the foundation. And I believe, again, this is my beliefs, being a financial advisor for so many years, I believe that we're missing this in the financial services. We're getting more and more. I've been shouting this for 20 years. So it's finally getting more and more now, but we need our financial foundation is our feelings. You have to be dealing with your feelings first. I know that's the F word to a lot of people, but we can switch. We don't have to lay on the couch for 20 years. We just go, oh yeah, work hard, make money, or money doesn't grow on trees. Or like you said, there's chaos around money because you could even take that a little bit further as well, which I know you've already done a lot of exploration around this. Mm-hmm. But it almost even like I had a client that the parents thought about it. Well, if you talked about money, she would not receive love at all. Right? So money meant she wasn't important. It meant she wasn't going to get loved.
Yes. I have a prom story. I have a prom dress story. Do you want to hear it? We don't have a ton of time, and I do want to hear more from you. So, prom is a big deal. My daughter just got her prom proposal. That puts so much stress on kids to have to do all of that, whatever. Right. In our day, because I'm 2 years older than Jennifer, in our day, they just said, hey, you want to go to prom? And we said yes or no, and you went. So I got invited to prom. I went home. I'm like, Mom, I'm so excited. I got invited to prom. We'd been talking about it. I want to go buy my dress because that's the next thing you want to do, right? And we didn't have online back in that day, people. That wasn't a thing in 1979 when I went to prom. It wasn't even in the internet then. My mom said, oh, yeah, you'll have to call your dad for money. I don't get enough child support. So I called my dad, and I knew this wasn't going to go well, right? No, but I was excited, and I was sharing, and I'm really hoping I can buy a dress because I don't have anything. And he's like, yeah, that's why I send your mom child support. I'm so glad that I send her enough for her to do that. Well, son of a biscuit, right? That didn't work well for me at all, Jennifer.
No.
So, but my brother, thank God for my brother, he was in medical school and eating whatever the equivalent in 79 of top ramen was. And I was just like, how do I navigate this, right? What do I just not go? What should I do? And he said, yeah, what you're going to do is I'm paying for your dress. I will figure it out. And neither of our parents get a picture. I get the only other picture. They don't deserve it. So that's exactly what we did. I still have the dress.
Okay, and look at that smile. Everyone, look at her smile right now. She feels empowered around that.
Mm-hmm. I felt loved, right? I felt loved. He sacrificed and did something, right? That was so extraordinary. It was awesome.
Oh, that makes me, I have goosebumps now. That makes me feel so good. So that's what we want to do around every thought that comes up when we're having our relationship with money, because we're going to spend time with our relationship, because that's what we do, right? If you want to go to the gym and build a muscle, you're going to go. You're not going to just go, okay, I'm there and I'm good. No, we're always working on it. And I don't even like to say the work. I play with my money, and I play with my relationship with money, and it's fun because we're dating, right? We're dating. It's fun. I'm getting to know money. Money's getting to know me, and I change all the time. So my money's changing all the time. It's up leveling. And then I even, I don't know if you can tell, but I have Invisaligners on right now.
I can't tell that.
You can't. Okay. Well, I actually fell and knocked out my two front teeth. Yeah. 3 months ago, actually. And so we just tripped over a pothole coming home from dinner. It was just ridiculous. And we were arm in arm, a friend and I, and we just went face down, and I just happened to hit my two teeth that had caps on them already. So anyways, that's $20,000. Hello. Right. So money comes in and money goes, and we need to be able to know that that's going to happen. And I don't even care about the money around this. That's not even a thing. So when we're always being in a different level around money. But if that would have happened a long time ago, that would have devastated me on cash wise. Like I wouldn't even have known what to do. And it's hard enough already to go through this, right? I have 6 months, I have implant surgery, healing, and all that great stuff. And I'm going to be gorgeous when this is over. I can't wait.
You're already gorgeous.
Thank you. And all the fakeness works really good. It's just, it's different for me. It's another experience, right? One more thing to grow from. Like
I have had that front tooth out. I had an implant that I could flick out with my tooth.
Yep.
And I'd take it out. Anyway.
See, I'm not the only one. I'm so glad I shared it. It's so common. It's so common. So
it is so common. And I love that you say money is an energy and it flows, right? And it came in for you and flowed into your dentist, orthodontist, whoever it is who did that, right? It flowed through. And it's a beautiful thing. Yeah. By the way, Money asked me to dance with him with it.
Oh, I love
it. Relationship. Yeah.
So I actually have all of my coaching clients. So I own 2 businesses. One is Diamond Life Strategies, which is the mindset around money and our emotions and getting our foundation set. And then Diamond Life Planning is the investment advising, comprehensive financial planning, all that stuff. And my children, Nick and Cherie, who passed away, their birthstone was diamond. So my businesses are named after them for the Diamond Life. Yeah. So we can all suffer tragedies and experiences, horrible things. And it's on the other side of things. What are we doing with that? Right? Like, yeah, we all want, I mean, I'm like the queen of resilience at this point, because
yes, you are
like on so many different levels. And so I just want to help other people do the same thing. But
everyone gets to choose, right? Do you want to fall in love with money? Do you want to have that relationship with money? Do you want to continue to hide from money and push it aside and keep it in a closet? What do you want with money? So we have just like a minute or so left. What action statement do you really will move our audience forward? What's the one action that you think is the best thing for them to do moving forward?
Okay, you're going to laugh, hysterical.
Excellent.
Write down 100 things that you love.
Okay.
And look at it every day. Because it's not about the zeros. It's not about the money. It's about how you feel. So stay in love and money will find you.
I love that. That is awesome. You are amazing, Jennifer. You are just so amazing. Your story is so touching, and just your Phoenix Rising story is just such a beautiful gift to have shared with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Guys, if you want to contact Jennifer, she is at www.jenniferjost.com. That's JenniferJost.com, or www.diamondlifeplanning.com. That is DIAMONDLIFEPLANNING.com. And Jennifer is amazing. I love her dearly. And I'm Martha Davis Alexander. I am the recovering attorney and certified coach in a few different things. This is Courageously You with Martha. Every Thursday, 3 o'clock, like and subscribe, and give me some words of encouragement. You can reach me at marthadalexander@gmail.com or at courageouslyyoucoaching.com. Always love to hear from you guys. Jennifer, you've been amazing, and I've so enjoyed having you.
Thank you so much, Martha. I really appreciate it. I love chatting with you. You're awesome.
Thank you. You are too. We're a match made in heaven.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.